So I've created an account here just to demonstrate how a new player would look and like kind of how it would play. So here we have the very start. When you come into the game, you are greeted by Alice, which is the owner of the whole archipelago, which the players have a chance to buy and own and sell, which is the kind of the core of the game. Is actually building on your plot, making it nice, and invite your friends and do activities together on your plot. But first here you are greeted by Alice, and she basically goes through a bit of the mechanics of how do you move your controls and the mouse. And we have some more players here in the game just for testing purposes. And yeah, so I'm gonna talk through all the conversations that the game has, because there's a lot. So that's why I'm just gonna speed through a bit of the things we've been adding. So I'm just gonna go through the tutorial here of how the controls are done. So I just want to mention that we're in a very early technical demo. So we have not released anything yet to play, but we're working very hard to add content and progress the gameplay. So this is just a lot of things are actually in the works as I speak. So she wants me to go to town and meet her up there in the town center. So before we didn't have a town, you directly went into your plot from the very main menu. But now we have a nice town where all the players can, socialize. They can do quests. They can talk to NPCs. They can sell NFT items to merchants, and they can. Yeah, it's a place to socialize. It's like the town center if you're not in your plot. So I'm gonna just quickly teleport to Alice because it takes some time to actually walk there. So there we go. So I teleported to the town center. So this is the town. It's a typical Scandinavian environment. We try to emphasize a lot on the culture in the different environments we have here, or at least where I'm from. And here we have Alice, and she furthers, give you instructions to talk to the locals in town and they introduce themselves to you, so you get to know more about the town and the story behind the game. So she wants you to talk to all the locals in the game, and we have some directions here exactly where they are. So if you get lost, you will automatically be guided to the place you should go. So, but I'm just gonna quickly show a bit of how this looks here. There's a bit of quests before you actually get to purchase your plot or rent, or if you already own a plot beforehand, because now we're running a land sale on all the lands, or not all the lands, but a part of the lands that are accessible through the game. And those land will be claimable when you get into the game. And you own a piece of land, you will be able to go to Alice here and actually register your existing land that you own, and you'll be able to go to that directly. So I'm going to open the plot map here, and this is the map we have of all the different islands that will be available once the game fully launches. And we will have a progressive land sale of all these different parts of the archipelago that exists. So the first island that we're having the land sale for now is the Nature's Rest. So this is the Nature's Rest, and we have updated a bit of the UI for this. So what you're seeing now here is not exactly how it will look in the final version. So inside here we will have subdomains. So it's kind of just to make the world even bigger and larger and more interesting. Like each island have their subdomains, so it's going to be splitted up to even smaller pieces of land, and inside there you will have a much more beautiful and detailed view of that zoomed in version. But we're having a sale for a specific part of the subdomain here, and as you can see here, these are plots that are already owned. So I can click here to see who owns it. So this is a land I bought before I went into this game. or show this demo. So I just bought a piece of plot here randomly in the game, as you can do when the game launches, also in the game and outside the game on the website or on the marketplace, as it's registered as an NFT. So what we have more is the inventory we've added. And inside the inventory, we're going to have all the NFTs. So it's cosmetics for the character. It's the building items you own that you can place on your plots. So kind of like, fences and all those things you can make your plot beautiful. And this will be rewarded through the progression in the game. So we're going to have a long progressive game where you have tasks that you should attend to and learn how the mechanics work. So it's like fishing. For the technical demo that we will release, people will be able to fish. That is the first activity. And you will get some activities and daily missions that will reward you with the currency in the game. And also NFTs that you can use to build on your plot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport to Shipwright Jose, which is Alice's brother. And like I said, all of these introduce themselves when you are in the game, and you will learn more about everything, but I'm just speeding a bit through now so we can see. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to teleport to my plot. So this is the one I showed before. I bought it beforehand, and I can travel to this plot. And depending on which plot you own, like in which area it is located, it will look differently. So the environment will be unique to actually where you are. So there's only one piece of, like, all the different domains within the archipelago is unique. So if you go to your friend's plot that owns he's your neighbor or she is your neighbor, their plot won't look as you do. So it's procedurally done. So this is created specifically for my plot. Let's say if you buy a plot on Sandy Coast, the plot will be sand, of course, and have that kind of relatable environment to it. So it'll be very unique to where you actually own a piece of plot. So like before, when I showed this last time, you have the availability to build. So I don't have any assets or NFTs to build on the plot right now, but I can just show quickly when I can just, terraform my plot and just, build whatever I want and form it as I want as well. So I can change the appearance of the plot. So we'll add more tools to the shelf where you can form your terrain and make more interesting layouts. And of course here, I don't have any items right now on me. I didn't prepare for it beforehand. Oops, sorry. But you will be able to place all your NFTs and all the building items you own on this plot and make it customized. And there are so many different possibilities to build different things and make it look unique. And then you can have your friends come over and you can do activities, you can fish together and do, farm and get your things on the plot and be rewarded for your activity. So this, all of this we've added now is in a very short time period. So it's going to be even more beautiful, and there's more things we're adding constantly. But we made a huge effort to just put everything in place here so we can show what we're doing right now. And we have a fully working multiplayer. And also what I forgot to mention is, for those who don't know, that all of the backend in the game, everything is on chain. So nothing when it comes to save data and everything is not some other third-party solution, but it's actually our own backend that is driven on the relational database that is built by ChromaWave. So everything you see or everything you own or everything that is how the layout of your plot looks is on chain. So nothing is saved outside of the chain, which is a very big technical feat for us as well to be fully blockchain and try to be so decentralized as possible when it comes to the actual gameplay as well, which is what I think is interesting with blockchain and gaming.